This tutorial is to cover how to use JS8Call on-air net scraper feature. If you're familiar with on-air net scraper, you know it's a app that runs on your phone or actually any computer system or smart device. Um, this feature of on-air net scraper consists of three hardware components. That is your radio, as this desktop PowerPoint slide shows, a computer system of some kind. In my case, this is a Mac running Fedora 42, which is the required operating system you need with this configuration, and a smartphone, as you see on the right here. The system consists of several software components. One is the on-net scraper app running here on the smartphone or desktop computer. It includes my on-air NetScraper headless bridging software and my modified JS8Call digital audio bridging software. In addition to that, it includes the NetBird VPN software. This is free software. You can get it from netbird.io. They have a great tutorial on how to install it and run it. It's very easy to use. So let's start with how data is sent and received from the radio. And we'll start down here on the radio. As the audio data comes in, it gets digitized by JS8Call, and then through my modified interface to JS8Call, it gets sent to the on-air NetScraper headless, or I'll call headless, which is the traffic manager, and this data then gets sent across the NetBird VPN to a smart device or cell phone, where it's then displayed, as you can see here in the slide. The data then that's sent from the cell phone gets sent across the NetBird VPN to the headless, who then routes that message to JS8Call, that then takes the digitized data and turns it into audio signals and sends it to your radio. That's basically it in a nutshell. So what we're going to do is now actually bring up a configuration for you to look at. Before I get too far into that, I wanted to talk a little bit about this traffic filtering by call sign. If you recall in JS8Call, as data comes in, it's put out onto the message receive window. Unfortunately, I'm blocking it here, but we'll see it when I'm running it in real time. And this information that's displayed here is by frequency. But the thing that I like about on-air NetScraper is it will take this data, and on-air NetScraper will receive all this data, not just the data sent, as you will see in the user-specific windows, traffic windows. It receives all the traffic from JS8Call, and then it will filter that data and display it based on call signs in its listings. And so therefore you will see multiple instances of a particular call sign here, because that's based on the traffic that's received at that particular instance in time. Anyway, let's iconicize this slide for the moment, and let's bring up the JS8Call computer interface and the headless. Right now I'm already running JS8Call here, and you can see the traffic being received and sent. Again, this is the normal JS8Call. It has all the normal functions that you would normally use, but it has a modified interface on it. So the first thing we want to do really is we want to bring up the NetBird VPN. So we're going to have to make sure it's running on our Mac here. I'm running Mac OS on this main computer, and as you will see when you go to the NetBird site, to make sure your NetBird is up, VPN is up, all you have to do is NetBird space up, and it says we are up and connected. So I will remove that from the window. Now we need to make sure that our main computer system that's running our interfaces and bridges are up, and what you're seeing here in this display over here is a remote desktop into the Mac mini computer that I have running Linux. And we want to make sure that NetBird is up and running on it. But for that, let's talk about a little bit about how to install this stuff. I won't get too much into this. But if you go to my website, let's see if we can't bring that up here. If you go to www.k3clr.com and you go down to desktop distributions and click on it, you'll have to get through the CAPTCHA interface, and what you want to download is this first entry up here under the title JS8Call Net Scraper API, and this will download, this single link will download a tar file with all the software you need on it. So we don't need to download it now, so we'll get rid of this. And what you'll get is this tar file right here, and you want to untar it. And again, it's very easy to do. The command is tar xfz, and then the name of the file. Oops. And then hit return. You typically want to do this in some kind of temporary directory, because once you've done that, you're going to want to read this README file, and it tells you what your requirements are and how to install it. So I'm not going to go over this because it's pretty clear in here what you need to do. But it's pretty important that you do follow these steps and install the things that are here. Otherwise, it will not work right. It's pretty strict on that. As an example, you need to run down here, and you see in the install section, you need to put this export statement in your .bash file, and you need to make sure that you install all these directories up here, the config directory, the local directory, and the Qt directory into your home directory as specified. You also need to read the NetBird uh, installation and how-tos to make sure that you create this proper NetBird configuration file and get the proper token number and username here. This allows you to be able to easily bring up your NetBird interface without too much trouble. NetBird is very secure, so it's one of the securest VPNs that are out there. So anyway, just follow these. If you have any issues here, again, just email me at qrz.com, and I will do everything I can to help you. So let's move on to say we've installed everything. So now we need to bring up NetBird. The first thing you want to do is to bring up NetBird. I have it set so that every day it resets itself, so I have to activate it. And again, all I need to do is do NetBird up, and the first thing that's going to happen is that it's going to say, oh, wait a minute, you've been down too long, you need to log in and verify your interface, which I'll do. And once I click that, it says, okay, you're done. You're all configured and your path is up and running. And I can see here that the connection has been made. So we can now remove that, and we now have NetBird up and running. So again, I've already got Netscraper already running. In my configuration, I've set up a menu pull down, and the next thing I want to do is bring up the headless interface that provides the bridge between JS8Call and the smartphone. So I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to get this out of the way a little bit here. So the first thing you'll see, and I know it's hard to read, but you know, just bear with it. What we need to make sure is that the JS8Call interface here, and this is JS8Call interface to this software, to the JS8Call software down here, that its port address is the NetBird VPN IP address of the headless. We also need to make sure that port 19331 is being used. You can configure the port number here, 19331, to be anything you want, but it then has to match the port number that you will bring up in the JS8Call. So let's take a look at that and see what I'm talking about. So you go to File, Setting, and you want to go over here to WebSocket. And under the WebSocket interface, you've got the Enable button, the WebSocket server IP address, and the port number. Okay, this WebSocket server is the headless software running here. And so we want to make sure that this address 127, which is simply the default that I put in there, is changed to match the port number on the headless interface, right? So this address 186.225.4 is put in here in the WebSocket server on JS8Call. This is the port address of the NetBird IO interface on the headless here. You will notice that the port number here, 19331, matches the port number up here on 19331. So if we click Enable and we go down here and click OK, you will notice in a minute that JS8Call will establish and it now has established a connection to the headless. So JS8Call and headless are now talking to each other via the WebSocket software. I mean the WebSocket protocol. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to bring up a instance of on-air Netscraper, and I'm bringing that up right here. This is on-air Netscraper running on a Mac. Like I said, it runs on everything. And we want to go up here to Tools. We want to click on Tools and go down to the Tool menu section, and then go down to the JS8Call menu and click on Configure. And I'm not going to talk about these other configurations. You can learn about those later, but right now what we're interested in is these two NetBird configurations. You will notice again right here that JS8Call VPN interface is set to the IP address of the headless WebSocket server here, and the port number here is 19332, which matches this port number up here, 19332. Want to make sure that enable JS8Call is selected, and we want to make sure that enable NetVPN is enabled. By the way, if you click on this read NetBird VPN tutorial, it will bring up a browser interface on our Netscraper app to step you through a tutorial of it. So we're going to save this interface. You can see the configuration is saved. And this persistent, so you notice that when we came up, this is already filled out. It's because it's persistent, and it will save this information for the next time it boots up. We're going to close this interface off and continue with JS8Call. And the way we will continue to bring up JS8Call is we will select the JS8Call menu selection here. The first thing you will notice immediately is that we have connected to the server over here, and if we go over to the server, you can see on-air Netscraper has established a connection to the headless. Now you will see already showing up on the on-air Netscraper app traffic coming from JS8Call here. You will see traffic coming to the on-air Netscraper app here. If you want to match up messages here to the message window over here, just simply look at the frequency value here in the call sign button, and go over here and look on JS8Call and look at the frequency entry here. So we've got 1797, and we'll go over and then look at the call sign, and you'll see here's the call sign. K0KAN has a SNR call, and we can see that here over here on our Netscraper. To send a heartbeat message from well, before we get to heartbeat, let's go down here to these two buttons down here. This is the enable disable displaying of heartbeat button, and this is the filter only calls associated with my call size. So if I click on this heartbeat button, we will remove any heartbeat messages that are being displayed on JS8Call. If I click on it again, all heartbeat messages will return and be displayed, as you see right there. One just came out. Further, if I click on the filter everything but my call sign out, You'll notice we get no messages because there's no traffic come from JS8Call to my call sign. This is why, one of the reasons why when you first run on-air Netscraper, it requires a call sign entry. Usually I just leave it up and running and filter out heartbeats when I'm really in a conversation with somebody. Helps keep some of this traffic down. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is let's send a heartbeat from the on-air Netscraper to JS8Call. And we also want to be able to see that traffic coming through the headless. Right now, headless is not displaying any traffic on purpose. And so what I've done is set up a configuration, and we'll turn on debug. And this gets really cluttered with traffic, but just for grins, we'll watch traffic coming through the headless. And you'll see we've already got a packet coming in, and you can go down here, and this message that came in here is most likely the message that just popped up here. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to send a heartbeat message from our smart device here, or on-air Netscraper, to JS8Call. And so the way we do that is we can click on the heartbeat button here. You'll immediately see on JS8Call the ready button is showing, and it'll go red in a minute when it starts sending this traffic actually to the radio. And I just went and looked at the tuner, and it is sending perfectly. So this traffic message is going out as we expected. Another button I've set up as an easy button to run is this all call CQ, and if we click on that, again, you will get the all call CQ going out, and we can see an on-air Netscraper that it was sent from here. As you can see, any traffic being sent from the app will have the JS8Call subtitle on the call sign button. All received messages have the time received, the dB rate received, and the frequency it received on. Another configuration in JS8Call on the on-air app is this call sign button. The proper etiquette for sending a message is to, in the message area up here under enter a message, is to enter the target call sign and then the message you want to send. But if you are in a continual conversation for somebody, all you have to do is go to the message area of the call sign you're having a conversation with and click on it. So I've just clicked on this KC1WDO, and now you'll see the send button up here has their call sign on it. And what this means is now all I have to do is type in a message up here to this call sign without the call sign in the message area, and on-air Netscraper will automatically insert this call sign in the proper location. To remove this call sign from the call button, just click on the same message area of that particular call sign and it will clear it. The other nice thing about being able to set the call sign like that is, let's say this message here from K0EMP was to my call sign. If I clicked on this call sign area again, it will put his call sign in this area. Then I could go down and send all these canned messages to him very easily without doing anything else. If I clicked on send info right now, it will automatically send the message to him, and I don't have to click on the send button. So I don't want to interrupt his call, so I'm not going to do that right now. And as you can see, we have a lot of traffic here in the headless being passed back and forth. I'm going to turn off this debug stuff. You shouldn't really run that. It can slow down the headless from running. Again, basically that's the on-air Netscraper JS8Call interface in a nutshell. Its primary purpose is to allow you to use your phone remotely, and I mean remotely. You could be in the grocery store with your radio on, bring up on-air Netscraper on your phone, and have a JS8Call conversation with somebody while you're in the grocery store. If you have any ideas of things you would like to see, I would be happy to explore putting them in. One person asked me about possibly a notification method, and I've started to explore that possibility so that you could be running on-air Netscraper on your phone in background, and it brings up some kind of notification that there's a call coming in for you. This software is, as always, free of charge, and I hope you enjoy it. And again, if you have any questions, suggestions, or find a bug that you find I should fix, simply email me at my QRZ email address, and I will see what I can do. Again, I can, although this runs only on right now Fedora 42 Linux, I'm open to porting JS8Call and headless to any operating system that's not too painful. I'll be honest, I'm not open. I'm not going to work too hard on porting this to other operating systems at this moment, because I don't know how many people are really using it. Anyway, thank you. I hope you enjoy all this software very much.